Everybody, happy holidays to those who are celebrating. Happy Chinese restaurant to the Jews. Just joking. And today's topic from Letting Go by Melody Beatty. A wonderful Christmas gift or holiday, neutral holiday gift for those who are just giving gifts. A wonderful present for reading every day about how to let go. So getting through the holidays, wow. So, for some of us, the sights, the smells, and signs of a holiday brings joy and a warm feeling, but others are joyously diving into the season joyously. Some of us are dipping into conflict, guilt, and a sense of loss. So we read articles on how to enjoy the holidays. We read about Christmas blues. Oh, I have to do Elvis Presley. Have a blue Christmas without you. Ah, classic. If you want to get rid of the Christmas blues, listen to Elvis Presley. I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I think it's Elvis Presley. Many of us still can't figure out how to get through the holiday season. We may not know what a joyous holiday would look and feel like. Many of us are torn between what we want to do on the holiday and what we feel we have to do, family obligations. We may feel guilty because we don't want to be with our families. We may feel a sense of loss because we don't have the kind of family to be with that we want. Yeah? Norman Rockwell pictures. Very, very few families look like Norman Rockwell families. And we have an image in our mind what families are supposed to look like. So, many of us, year after year, walk into the same dining room, the same holiday, expecting this year to be different. Then we leave, year after year, feeling let down, disappointed, confused by it all. Many of us have old, painful memories triggered by the holidays. This is a key word, trigger. You know, there's certain, I have to move away from this. You see, this is an example. Instead of complaining, I'm just moving around. This guy just put on such loud music. So I'm just walking away. The best advice I've ever gotten is if something irritates you, change places. Move. Yes. So I moved. Yeah, he was putting on loud music. So where were we? Yes. Many of us have painful feelings triggered by the holidays. So trigger, if you have a trauma, if you have a bad experience, it gets somehow stored into our cells, you know, on a cellular level, and then it's just like, think of Christmas and immediately comes this very sad feeling. It's like a Pavlov reaction, you know. Pavlov was the scientist that every time he discovered that every time he rang the bell, the dog would salivate. I shouldn't have used that word. I don't know how to pronounce it. So Pavlov found that he worked with dogs, unfortunately, so every time he rang the bell, he gave the dogs meat. And then he discovered that just merely ringing the bell caused the dog to have the same reaction as if there was meat. It's called Pavlovian reaction. The dogs they spit in their mouth, they're ready to eat a juicy steak, but it's only the bell. So the same thing with holidays. So don't forget, Christmas is just a trigger. It doesn't mean you're going to get that negativity that you experienced in the past. So many of us feel a relief when the holidays ended. Some count the days till Christmas, and some count the days till Christmas ends, and some people count both. So one of the greatest gifts of recovery is learning that we are not alone. You're not alone in feeling like that. There are probably as many of us in conflict during the holidays then there are those who feel at peace. We're learning through trial and error how to take care of ourselves. What makes you feel good? Give yourself a gift. A little better each holiday season. Our first recovery task during the holidays is to accept ourselves, our situation, and our feelings about our situation. We accept our guilt, anger, and sense of loss. Accept it and embrace it. Befriend your emotions. It's okay. There's no right or perfect way to handle the holidays. You don't have to be all cheery. Watch all those Saturday Night Live videos about Melania Trump. And I think comedies are wonderful. Our strength can be found in doing the best we can 1 year at a time. This holiday season, I will give myself permission to take care of myself, which means do whatever feels good to you and is healthy. I would stay away from alcohol simply because I can't drink. I have even a little bit of wine, I'm just down on the floor. It has such a negative effect on me and doesn't make me feel good. I don't like the taste. But some people, I know, they like the taste, it makes them feel good and they get addicted. However, I think as alcohol is a depressant, it makes everyone feel that eventually. It just takes away the edge. Maybe people feel more sleepy or their emotions are drowned. There's like a joke that tried to drown the feelings, but they're still floating on the top somehow. Showing you this beautiful blue sky. Yeah. I want to share a holiday experience, so maybe we'll put a smile on your face. So one Christmas, after I got ordained, or I don't know, certified as a yoga teacher, I decided to practice on people and to do karma yoga, which is volunteering at a yoga place. And then I saw there's the Bahamas, and I heard there are a few Israelis. Where they're not a few Israelis, it's like run by Israelis. This amazing place called Paradise Island. They talk on walkie-talkies. Basically, it's run like an army base, and they put me smack in the middle there, like I was at the entrance in the tent, and so I could hear everything. And I had a little cat that was my only friend at the time. I met really nice people. A lot of Canadians fly out there because the weather is amazing there. Canadians escaping the snow mostly. A lot of Americans. Fewer people from Europe. People from Europe hardly go there because it's quite a long trip. Anyway, I remember it was so funny. All the people who run the place are Israelis, and then they celebrate Christmas as well. They do Hanukkah, and that year Hanukkah and Christmas was sort of close together. So it was Christmas, and then this Israeli lady, Yogi, comes on the stage and says, "We're celebrating the birthday of baby Jesus." And like, it's such a sharp contrast, because my mom came from a religious home, and I remember first time I saw a Christian person, I think it might be the first time I'd ever seen a Christian person. I was a little girl, just a tiny little girl. And there was this woman, missionary, and she was just like a nun, I guess, conservative clothes, and she had a book. She left a book. She placed a book next to where we were and hoped we will pick up. It was the New Testament. And my mother acted as if this was like, I don't know, a bomb. And she was like, "Oh, don't touch that." And it was like, don't you touch that book. And actually, I have the New Testament, and I read it. I've heard a rabbi that I used to go to say that he called them the competition or the copiers, or whatever. I think a lot of passages in the New Testament are originally in the Old Testament. I've tried to read it. It's still quite foreign to me. Because we're exposed to Western culture, American culture, then we are exposed to a certain type of Christianity, Hollywood Christianity, so of course it feels familiar, and yet it doesn't feel that familiar. I like the hymns. I definitely like caroling. When I lived in Boston, I went caroling, and I loved it. I like all the Christmas songs. When I was a little girl in New York, in Queens, next to Donald Trump, there was a choir every Christmas, and they said, "No, you cannot participate, it's not for Jews." And I did think that was not very fair because I love singing, and I think that everyone should sing. And I think I still sometimes have a hard time with the Jesus thing because it is a religion that tries to force itself on other religions. It's not like a free choice. They try to. I don't like it when people try to convince me to change my faith or to believe in something. However,
smoking is prohibited
anyway,
by law in all station
peace, light, and love, and enjoy your holidays and do what feels good for you.